It's 2025, a new year and the best time to turn your great idea into a business. Shopify is how you're going to make it happen. Let me tell you how. Shopify makes it simple to create your brand, open for business, and get your first sale. Get your store up and running easily with thousands of customizable templates. All you need to do is drag and drop. Their powerful social media tools let you connect all your channels and create shoppable posts. Established in 2025. Has a nice ring to it, doesn't it? Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/promo. All lowercase. Go to shopify.com/promo to start selling with Shopify today. Shopify.com/promo.
Yeah, sure thing.
Hey, you saw that car yet?
Yeah, sold it to Carvana.
Oh, I thought you were selling to that guy.
The guy who wanted to pay me in foreign currency, no interest, over 36 months? Yeah, no. Carvana gave me an offer in minutes, picked it up, and paid me on the spot. It was so convenient.
Just like that.
Yeah?
No hassle.
None.
That is super convenient.
Sell your car to Carvana and swap hassle for convenience. Pickup fees may apply.
This episode is sponsored by Zoe.
Hello, everybody. If you are enjoying this episode, could we please request that you share it with a friend who you think could do with a laugh?
We would be so grateful. Thank you so much. And also, if you're really loving it, please rate and review it.
That is really special.
Why are you laughing?
Because it's so middle-aged. They didn't read it, really. I didn't have to put on a scarf with a crystal ball, and then once I'd finished washing and rinsing their hair, I was like, right, turn your teacup over back.
Her actual words were pishy.
Oh, pishy.
Pishy.
Yeah.
You make a pishy cup of tea, I'll have a coffee. When we got there, they were watching Slow Horses, I love Slow Horses, and proceeded to watch an entire episode before they would speak to us. Hello everybody, welcome to 40ish. I'm Nicole Goodman.
And I'm Lauren Mishcon. This is the podcast that navigates the challenges and absurdities of 40-something life and solves all of your dilemmas.
You are very animated today.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Animated and caffeinated.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Every episode, we discuss your problems, your issues, your rants that you have very kindly shared with us. And we also divulge our own stories about the problems and the mess of navigating midlife.
What mess are you navigating this week in midlife?
Do you know what? Not my own mess, someone else's mess. But I had to bring it because to me, it's possibly the most middle-aged accident I've ever heard of. I had to go and visit my friend this weekend. I shall call her Susan. That's not her name, but to save her embarrassment, let's just call her that. She's broken her ankle.
Oh,
I know. Poor old Susan. So I trotted round with some flowers and I said, please, pray tell, how did you break your ankle? And she said, I swear to you, this is true. Picking up the post from my own doormat.
How can you?
I said, that is really, really special. But I understand it's been icy and her
she slipped.
And her stairs are tiled and there's two little steps down. I said, I get it. Like you went out, were you in your slippers? You slipped. She went, no, you're not really grasping this. She said, I was in my own hallway. The front door was shut. I said, I don't understand. So she literally bent down to pick up her post. Her ankle tipped. It pulled the ligament and it snapped the bone. I shouldn't laugh, but also like, that is really special.
Why are you laughing?
Because it's so middle-aged. And she's in a boot and she can't drive for 6 weeks.
The thing is, though,
yeah,
the main issue with that is that there's no story.
But there's no peril.
That's what I mean. There's no like, everyone will say, what happened to your ankle?
Oh my God, what happened?
And then she's going to have to repeat this really unexciting, unsexy story.
Yeah.
Again, I basically just, I'm
just 49.
Yeah.
That's what
well, I
happened to
don't
me.
think that is what happens to you normally.
Well,
I'm sorry to say, like, I just want to now jump in with, is she on HRT and has she got osteoporosis?
Yes, she is on HRT.
Good.
She was also hobbling like more than she should be hobbling. And she was like this with her hand up. And I said, what else is going on? She said, well, the thing is, because I'm a bit unstable because of the broken ankle, I've now put my back out.
You are so mean.
I'm sorry. I really love her, but also I just couldn't believe it. I was like, if this is it now, what happens in the future?
Is she not so pissed off?
She's really annoyed that she can't drive. She said she's not in a terrible amount of pain. It's just more like annoying than really painful.
What a pain in the arse.
It really is. It really is. And she's like, this. I hope it's not setting the tone for the year. Because what next? Like, she brushes her teeth. And
her hand falls off.
Yeah, exactly. Like, where do you go?
Well, most people aren't breaking their ankle by just bending over on their ankle.
Poor thing. Special though, right? Special 40-something accident.
It's more than special. It's like tragic. It's tragic. I wish she's going to have to make up a story. She's going to have to make up a story. And I think yours is better. Oh, I went outside.
I slipped on the ice.
The stairs were
or
icy.
Like, I was going out to a really fancy dinner. I was wearing these massive heels and I, had too much champagne and I tripped over Benedict Cumberbatch. Broke my ankle. Something like that.
Yeah. I mean something believable.
Yeah, or something more believable. I don't know. Just before we dive into your dilemmas, a quick disclaimer, because we have to do this bit for legal reasons, don't we?
Do we actually?
Yeah, we do.
Do we?
Yeah.
Well, who's going to sue us?
Someone who takes our advice when they shouldn't.
Yeah, but what advice are we giving that would be so detrimental?
I don't know, but we are not doctors or healthcare professionals.
No, we're not.
And we have to make that statement.
We are.
Right?
We are just two middle-aged women with a lot of opinions.
That's the one.
That is it. That's why we did this podcast.
That's right. So if you do have a problem or you are seriously struggling, you don't come to us, do you? No, you go and see
a special professional.
Yeah, a qualified expert is the term we're looking for here. A qualified expert.
That was a brain fog moment.
Yeah.
Please excuse me. I can have that here.
It's fine. Right. What is our first question of the day?
Oh, I don't know.
Today.
Okay. It says, "Hi girls, opinions please."
Oh, always happy to oblige.
No problem. This weekend we drove 120 miles to see friends we hadn't seen for a year. When we got there, they were watching Slow Horses, I love Slow Horses, and proceeded to watch an entire episode before they would speak to us. Oh my God. They have always been very normal, impeccably polite people. I was and still am quite pissed off. What do you think?
Wow.
That's really weird.
That's really...
And I also want to ask, at what point in the episode were they at? Because sometimes... Well, often I walk into the living room and Adam will be watching the TV and I say to him, right, come on, let's watch something that we're watching together. And he goes, let me finish this episode. So this actually happened. This actually happened yesterday.
Yeah.
So I said, well, how long have you got left of the episode? And he said, 10 minutes. And I said, prove it.
This is a lovely trusting marriage you've got. Yeah.
No,
right.
Because I've been duped so many times
Right.
with this, I've only got 10 minutes. And then he couldn't find the remote control.
Right.
And then he picked up the wrong control.
Yeah.
And then, and then he was getting really eggy. And then eventually I saw that there was actually 16 minutes left. Now, at what point is the cutoff that I think you should just go over to the new episode that you're watching with your partner and I don't have to sit there for 16 minutes waiting for him to finish? Like, what is the polite time frame?
Well, can I just preface this by saying I'm presuming you didn't drive 120 miles to see Adam on the sofa. You probably just came from upstairs. So that's okay.
I came from a dog walk.
Okay, so you'd come from outside back to your own home.
I had. But I'm just saying that he does this a lot. And I do often have to wait for an episode to finish. And I hadn't driven 120 miles. You are correct. And they're not friends of mine. And we live in the same house. And it still fucks me off.
You still thought it was rude. I think 16...
No, I don't think it's rude.
I think 16 minutes is okay. I think anything over half an hour, little bit of a chutzpah dick.
I think anything over 16 minutes.
Oh, is that your cutoff? That's really specific.
I think so. Yeah, I think so. Because then it's just like, well, now I've got to sit for 20 minutes. 20 minutes is a long time to wait for somebody to finish until you can get on to the next activity.
I'm basically want to be left alone on Wednesday, Thursday and Friday evenings between 9 and 10 because I'm busy watching the Traitors. No ad breaks, so you can't like go to the loo or anything. Just got to sit there for an hour.
That's what's so dreamy about BBC One.
So dreamy. But Ollie has like decided that is the time when he wants to like have a cuddle. Come on the sofa, like come
Oh, an
over
actual cuddle.
Yeah, an actual cuddle. Come over here. I'm watching Traitors. Come over here.
Does he watch Traitors with you?
No, he doesn't watch the Traitors.
Hold on. Sorry. At 9 o'clock on a Wednesday, Thursday and Friday,
Yeah.
Ollie decides to sit on the sofa and wants to kiss you.
Yeah, you know why? Because he's not getting my attention.
Ah,
You know, like with the dog.
yeah.
It's a similar thing.
Right.
You know, like when they're on the floor and they're like pushing their ball towards you and they're doing a little bit of barking, you know, like how
Yeah.
Miley does, like, oh, play with me. It's like that. Because he knows that an hour of my attention is going to be diverted to Claudia Winkleman. He wants that
Let me
attention
ask you another
back.
question then with
Yeah.
that. Are you as polite to Ollie as you are to Miley, my dog, when she starts doing that with you?
It's about the same.
Is
Although
it?
Ollie doesn't have such a high-pitched bark that perforates eardrums with its tone.
She's got a very female bark, yes.
It's very loud.
It is very loud, but she lives in a very loud house.
So she has to make herself loud.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, he doesn't bark at me.
But the thing is, she always barks at you. She's not
No,
actually...
she's not barking at me. She's barking like play.
No, she's talking to
Yeah,
you.
yeah,
But
I
she's
get it.
actually
I
not that barking.
I speak her language.
I know you do, but she's not that bark. I just, in her defence,
Yeah.
she's not that barky a dog.
She just wants to play.
No, I think she just really likes you.
Yeah, and mutual. I like her too.
Good.
I'm not into the barking, but I like her. I'm happy to play
Anyway,
with her.
so he
Yeah.
wants you to kiss
So
and cuddle.
he basically just doesn't want my attention diverted for an hour to Claudia. I'm not even so sure how much he wants to kiss and cuddle. I think it's more like, can he get me away from Claudia? I think it's just like that push and pull.
But there must be other elements of your life where he doesn't have your attention. There must be other parts and other times when you're not focusing on Ollie.
There are, but I think also he doesn't have something to watch for that hour. So, you know, he's a bit bored. So what
Why
can
does
he
he just
do?
watch the
Annoy
Traitors?
Me? It's not for him. He's tried. Believe me, I've tried to get him
Oh, I
into
have
it.
dragged Adam in this season.
Yeah,
And he is
so
in.
Good.
He is in. But he doesn't want to do the debrief after.
What?
Like sometimes I say, right.
Who would you recruit?
Yeah.
Who are you going to merge
Yeah.
next? That's
yeah.
fine.
And what do you think? And if they choose them, and if they choose them,
Yeah,
and I want to have
yeah.
a whole breakdown and a conversation.
You can text me about it.
But
So
he's
it's fine.
like, not into that.
If you went in, would you want to be a traitor or a faithful?
I mean, if you want to have the full experience, I think you should go in as a traitor.
Have
if you
to.
can.
You have to.
You don't have to.
You do, because then you have control
Because-
of the game and you're running the narrative. Otherwise, you are passively playing the game, awaiting murder. Because the banishment, it could happen to anyone, but you can't be murdered if you're a traitor. So, and you could do anything wrong to be murdered. You could be too popular, too nice, too kind. Everyone likes
Someone
you.
said, the other day, someone said, oh, and then suddenly she was a suspect.
Yeah, it was amazing. Someone else had a glint in their eye.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, it can be
They
nothing.
smiled.
Yeah.
They smiled.
Or you get murdered because you know
You're
that
too
you're never
clever.
going to get banished.
Yes.
Right.
Or you're too astute.
Right. So murder can happen for any reason. So you have to be a traitor to take control of the game, I think. Although it's definitely more stressful to play it as a traitor. Well, you're living a double life.
I
aren't you?
don't know. The thing is, you have to live a double life because then as you come into the breakfast room, you just have to have a faithful hat on. You just have
Yeah,
to.
of course.
And you have to be a faithful all day.
Yeah. But I think you could get into the mindset where you just, in your mind, pretend you're a faithful. That's what I would
But also,
do.
as the seasons go on, they get more knowing, don't they? So
Yeah, but
everyone's
then they
getting...
change it up.
Oh, okay. Anyway, what was the question? Oh, why is that wrong? Yeah. How would you feel? How would you feel if you drove 120 miles and someone's... I mean, I like slow horses. I get the slow horses thing. It's a great program.
Agreed. Very addictive.
But if someone's turning up to my door after driving 120 miles, A, they're going to be hungry. That's me being a Jewish mum.
Yeah,
They need to be fed.
obviously.
They need to be watered.
Of course.
They need a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
They probably need the loo.
Yeah.
I need a hostess.
All of the above.
Yeah.
Presumably they're staying the night.
And if they've driven 120 miles, I'll assume I've made a meal for them.
But I also tell you this. If you had driven I believe it's like 2.2 miles, maybe less, from your house to my house, I also wouldn't not speak to you whilst watching an episode of Slow Horses. Like the mileage,
It's weird.
The mileage isn't really the issue here, because I don't care if like you've popped over from 10 minutes away or 100 miles away. I'm still not going to ignore you and watch an episode of telly when you arrive at my front door.
It's a very odd way to behave.
It really is. And it would make you feel so awkward about being there and uncomfortable.
Can I just put something else out there?
Yeah.
Maybe they're neurodiverse.
But I think that she would have said that.
Would she?
Well, she wouldn't be pissed off. She'd be like, my friend's neurodiverse. Sometimes this is how they behave and it's okay. I accept it. Or are you saying that they might be and her friend doesn't know?
Well, maybe no one knows. Maybe no one knows they're neurodiverse because it's a real social cue to miss, isn't it?
Yeah, but she said normally they're very normal and very, very polite. So this was an anomaly. So something's going on. Maybe they're just really addicted to Slow Horses.
How addicted can you possibly be? I mean, I was
addicted.
I loved it.
Yeah.
But I would be able to turn it off.
Do you think that maybe this couple turned up too early?
Oh, yeah, but it'd be an hour too early.
But if they've driven 120 miles, right? Maybe
What, and
they've
they're like-
built in time to travel. And maybe it's like, you're here early.
I'm punishing you now.
I wasn't ready for you. You've interrupted our kind of day. This is what we're doing right now.
I think whichever way you look at it, it is socially off.
I'm trying to find an excuse for
It's
these people, but I
socially off.
can't. I can't.
I'm thinking that they're neurodiverse and they've missed this cue completely.
I think that's a charitable angle.
Do you? I live
Yeah.
in a very neurodiverse house.
I still
okay?
think it's a very
Everyone
charitable-
in my house is neurodiverse.
You're just assuming both of them are. I think it's just really quite rude. It's rude. It's rude.
It is rude, but that's what I'm saying. They've missed a social cue somewhere.
They've missed something somewhere. I tell you, I wouldn't be driving the 120 miles again.
I don't know if I'd want to stay the weekend.
Well, you'd have to. What are you going to do? Drive back?
Well, yeah.
No. I'd stay. I don't think I'd be able to have a conversation about it, because how orcs would that be?
Because then you look petty.
Yeah, really petty.
And how do you even navigate that? You let it go.
You let it go. I'm sorry, listener. I'm with you. I would also be pissed off. I think it was wrong. It's not okay. Don't behave like that.
No.
No.
But you can't even tell them. You
Well,
can't even tell.
You could.
You could.
Could
but
be
you-
like,
but you'd
hello,
sound like
I've driven
such
120
a twat.
miles.
Sound like such a twat.
Do you want to turn the telly off? It's taken me 2 hours to get here.
Depends who it is. If it was my sister, I'd be like, what are you doing? Hello, I'm here. Can you turn that off?
Yeah. It's so awkward.
Yeah.
It's so awful.
So awful.
We can't solve it.
No.
Hello, everybody. If you are enjoying this episode, could we please request that you share it with a friend who you think could do with a laugh?
We would be so grateful. Thank you so much. And also, if you're really loving it, please rate and review it.
Your neighborhood just got cooler with Kroger Delivery's refrigerated trucks. Simply order groceries at the same great prices online as in-store, and we'll bring them to you fresh every time. And if that wasn't cool enough, you can now earn 4 times the fuel points after 4 with your digital coupon. Choose a next-day Kroger Delivery time slot for 4 p.m. or later on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. Must deliver by February 4th. Restrictions apply. See Kroger.com for details.
Hey, Atlanta. Say hello to Small Business Help from Apple. That's right. We're here to make starting and running your business simpler. From helping you choose the right devices to setting them up hassle-free, we can help you build your business in no time. Speak to a business expert and get the help you need at no cost whatsoever. At Apple, we're open for your small business. Go to apple.com/small business or visit an Apple store to learn more.
This episode is brought to you by Amazon. Sometimes the most painful part of getting sick is the getting better part. Waiting on hold for an appointment, sitting in crowded waiting rooms, standing in line at the pharmacy, that's painful. Amazon One Medical and Amazon Pharmacy remove those painful parts of getting better with things like 24/7 virtual visits and prescriptions delivered to your door. Thanks to Amazon Pharmacy and Amazon One Medical, healthcare just got less painful.
What else is going on for you this week?
Well, Something very middle-aged happened to me this week, and I think you're going to be really upset.
Oh, gosh.
I put it on Instagram.
Right.
A lot of people replied. They were also feeling me, and they were upset.
Oh.
Are you sitting down? Are you prepared?
I don't know. I'm sitting. I don't know if I'm prepared.
Remember a while ago, we released an episode and you were like obsessed with my new washing line.
Oh, yeah, completely. It was
Yeah.
on fucking wheels.
Yeah, it was on wheels. It had wings. It was extendable.
I'm still obsessed with it.
The whole shebang.
Yeah.
Well, I walked in on Sunday morning into my utility room and it was on the floor in quite a few pieces.
What?
And all the washing that was hanging on it was also on the floor.
Who is the perpetrator?
I don't know if it's a perpetrator. I think it just broke.
Oh.
I think it looked fancy. I always told you it wasn't fancy. Yeah. Actually, it was a bit shit.
Right.
And it just couldn't cope with 4 shirts hanging on it, obviously. And it fell over.
Yeah.
And all the beams came out of it. And then there was washing all over my floor.
Right. Firstly, I'm sorry for your loss.
No, I fixed it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm also sorry I missed this whole drama on Instagram because it sounds scintillating.
Yeah. It was. Oh, we got messages of.
Did we?
Oh, we had so much sympathy. You know, people were like, no, they weren't actually.
Oh, okay. And thirdly, are you going to replace it with a bougier version now?
No, I fixed it.
Fixed it, and you're trusting it to survive.
Well, no. Now the relationship has changed because I no longer trust this washing line.
I agree. I understand.
Because I don't know when I'm going to go back in. And all the washing's going to be on the floor and the beams all over the floor again.
You know what the good news is? It's your birthday in like 3-4 weeks. So you could ask Adam for a special present.
Do you know what I thought this morning? Actually, that brings me on to my next thing, which I wasn't even going to say. What I really want for my birthday, and this is so fucking sad and middle-aged, but they are so expensive.
Go on.
I want a bigger Le Creuset dish.
Oh my God, me too.
No one's surprised to hear that you want it.
Ollie was washing ours last night.
Yeah.
Bear in mind, we got them from our wedding. Our wedding was 24 years ago, right? And I got like a set. But my favourite one...
You got a set?
Yes. But my favourite one that I was using last night, he was like, this thing is fucked. I said, I know.
What's wrong with it?
It's got like a gouge out the bottom and the lid.
Gouge out the...
Yeah.
How?
I don't know. And the lid is cracked.
Sorry, how is there a gouge out the bottom?
There is, even though it's cast iron. And the lid has got a crack all the way across to the middle. And he said, can't you get these things reconditioned? Can't we just buy a new one? I said, do you know how much these things are? I said, that's why they were wedding presents. We can't just buy a new one.
I mean, a new one's about, what, 300 quid?
Yeah, they're hundreds of pounds. He's like, can't you get it reconditioned?
They have them on Brand Alley, by the way.
Do they?
Yeah, but they're none of the ones you want.
He said, I think we need a new one. And in the back of my mind, I was thinking, ooh, it's my birthday in March. I could get a new Le Creuset
We've actually
pot.
had the same thought.
We have. But my biggest thought, and it will have been the same thought you've had, what colour?
No, that wasn't my biggest thought.
That's my biggest thought.
My biggest thought was...
How tragic am I?
Yeah. My biggest thought was, no, I'm not going to get a Le Creuset dish for my fucking birthday.
But it's...
I'm not doing it. It serves everybody. I'm going to get a present that serves only me. It's my birthday. That is for the household. That is not for me.
I feel that. But also, whatever you're going to get for yourself, unless it is something absolutely classic you'll have forever...
No, why? Why can't you just get a fun gift?
Because
the thing is
that dish keeps giving and giving and giving until it wears out. It gives and gives.
It does. But I just don't believe that I should have to give up my birthday present. Maybe Adam should give up his birthday present for one. It serves him as much as it serves me.
We feel differently on this. If I got gifted a sky blue, or even better, like the marine blue round cocotte dish, 23 inches, I am very happy.
My mum bought me that dish.
It's fabulous.
And I was so happy.
Yeah, you should be.
Not for my birthday, just because she was being lovely.
That's a nice mum gift.
Or probably telling me that my pans needed...
shit.
Right, look, it's so quick to jump on the pan bandwagon, aren't we?
Maybe
I got a new pan, by the way.
Okay, maybe we should go on a hunt for some.
Oh! They've got a shop in Bicester.
Let's go.
Outlet store.
Let's go on a birthday outing.
I think that... You know, a couple of years ago, we went to Marylebone High Street and you bought yourself a lovely coat on your birthday.
But you know, the coat cost a lot of money. I've worn it 4 times. If I bought the pan, I would have used it every day.
You could have worn the coat today.
I could, but it's a bit smart for the studio, isn't it?
Yeah, but this is the problem. You're saving it.
I'm not saving it. I just don't think of it as an everyday coat.
Anyway, the point is, I am not getting a washing line for my birthday, and I'm also not going to get a Le Creuset dish.
Okay, you do you, boo. Here's our second question. Are you ready? Oh dear. I can see the tone of today's show, and the tone is pettiness. Petty.
Oh. It was better than our usual tone.
Petty. Hi. A new woman has started work in my department. She's younger and keen to please. And 3 days a week.
What's her number? I could work with someone like that.
3 days a week at 11 a.m, she makes a round of tea for the 4 of us at our large shared desk. The tea looks and tastes like shit. It's grey. It's weak. And yesterday, yesterday as I walked past the kitchen, I saw that she puts the milk in first. Is she a psychopath? Is this some young person TikTok trend? Can I say anything?
Right, there is a lot in that.
Let's start with the most important bit.
The tea.
The tea. Right.
No. Let's go bit by bit.
Okay.
There's a new young woman who started working there.
Yeah.
Who's very nice and eager to please.
Yes.
Lovely.
Super.
Right. So then she willingly goes and makes everyone a cup of tea at 3:00.
Yes. 11 o'clock. Morning tea.
11:00.
Morning break.
Nice.
Yep.
How much would you like someone to just come in and make you a cup of tea at 11:00?
Oh, it would be a fucking dream.
Yeah, right. But then when they give you the tea and it's undrinkable, that's just not helpful, is it?
No.
The thing is, I think that it is a very, very, very important skill to be able to make a cup of tea in life. A proper cup of English tea.
And in your opinion, would you be putting the milk in first?
You can't put the milk in first. It's illegal.
Agreed.
It's illegal to tea because what happens is something to do with how the hot water hits the bag and how it permeates, and then it's something to do with the flavour in the water. If you put the milk in, it changes the chemistry. Did you know that?
I didn't know about changing the chemistry, but I would consider myself in non-psychopathic territory when it comes to making a cup of tea. And I would do bag, sweetener, same time.
Yeah.
Water.
Yeah.
Let it brew. 3 minutes. Then milk.
3 minutes is a long time.
I do like it strong.
I made you a cup of tea the other day.
Mm-hmm.
How was it? Rate it.
It was good. Your tea's always good.
Is it?
I've never noted it to be anything other than good.
Oh, well, I have an aunt.
Mm-hmm.
She won't drink my tea.
Why?
She thinks it's shit. Her actual words were pishy.
Oh, pishy.
Pishy.
Yeah.
You make a pishy cup of tea, I'll have a coffee.
I think that's because maybe the brew time's not long enough.
Anyway, I then tried to trick her once and just make a cup of tea of how she liked it. And I put so much love into it.
Yeah.
She was not fooled.
No.
So she won't drink tea in my house.
Okay, fair enough. I did have a woman who used to live next door come round once, and she told me that the cup of tea I made her was the worst cup of tea she'd ever drunk in her life. Bear in mind, she'd never met me before that morning.
Oh.
I'd moved in. She knocked on my door. She said, "Hi, my name's Marsha. I live next door." Invited herself in for a cup of tea, which I duly made her because, frankly, I was terrified.
She sounds terrifying.
She's much older than me, and she said to me, "This is the worst cup of tea I've ever had in my life." And I knew in that moment that I loved her.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I just loved her.
Yeah.
Loved her until the day she died.
Yeah.
Loved her. Yeah, it was great.
She sounds great.
She was great.
Yeah.
She had fabulous nails.
What did you do with the tea, though?
I felt like I made it in my normal way, but I don't know. Obviously, it wasn't to her standards.
It's a big question, isn't it? Milk in first, milk in after.
Milk in after.
Milk
I
in
don't
after.
think it's even a debate.
Milk in after. I was actually somewhere, where was I the other day? and they were making me a peppermint tea and they asked me if I had milk in it.
What?
Yeah.
No.
Can you imagine a tea?
Who? It must
can't-
have been someone under the age of 14.
I can't remember. No, I don't think it was. I can't
Okay.
remember who it was.
I mean, that only happened once when I thought, okay, Josh is now 11, old enough to make a cup of tea. I said, Josh, make me a peppermint tea. And he brought it in. God bless him, with milk and a sweetener.
Oh, that's so sweet.
I know.
That
It was
is
so sweet. And yet, possibly one of the most revolting things I've ever sipped. So it went straight down the sink.
Yeah,
I
but-
didn't tell him. Next time, I just said, Josh, next time, peppermint tea, just the bag and the water. Nothing else.
But
Gotta
he's not
teach
to
him
know
young.
that, is he?
He's not.
He's not to know that.
But
Anyway.
you know what? Couldn't she do the same thing with this intern in the office? Couldn't she say, darling, sweetheart, whatever your name is, lovely girl, thank you so much for the tea.
Maybe just call her by her name.
Well, I don't know what her name is, and she hasn't
Let's
said.
say her name is Emma.
Emma, it is absolutely delightful that you make me a cup of tea at 11 a.m. every day, but
I'm going to show you how to
May-
make a proper cup of tea.
come on, let's go and make
Yeah.
a proper cup of tea together.
Yeah.
I mean, is it mildly patronising? Yes. Is it a little bit rude? Yes. But will
I
you
don't
then
think it's
get
rude.
a good cup? Yes.
I don't think it's rude. I don't think it's rude. I think she is doing her
a solid.
a total solid because you've got to know how to make a nice cup of tea. Listen, my career started out with me just making tea and coffee. That was my job.
Me too. When I was 15, I worked in a hairdresser.
Well,
I used to make Turkish coffees.
There's also what's a Turkish coffee?
It was a Greek hairdresser, so he only made Turkish coffee.
But
like
what-
the stuff that's like mud.
Oh,
Oh, no, I love
And
it.
then they like read it.
Well, they didn't read it, really. I didn't have to put on a scarf with a crystal ball. And then once I'd finished washing and rinsing their hair, I was like, right, turn your teacup over. Let's see what haircut your future has in store for you. You know?
I think it's a bob with a few layers.
What I'm getting is layers. Does that mean anything to you?
Are you so sarky? I actually didn't mean you would read it.
Oh, right, someone else. What, they brought in a fortune teller to the hair salon?
Maybe.
How would that go?
I don't know.
Okay. No. All right, so you're saying tell her.
100% tell her. You don't have to be rude or demeaning or condescending. You just tell her.
Or just say no thanks to the tea at 11 a.m. You could also do that.
No, but if you like a nice cup of tea at 11 a.m.
It's not a nice cup of tea. It's a shit cup of tea, as we said very clearly.
Tell her. You've got to tell her.
Early
I think
doors.
it's okay. What are we so afraid
Like,
of?
don't let it drag on.
Well, why is it dragging on?
Because she feels like she's a sweet girl. She's doing a nice thing. She wants to people please. And she doesn't want to like upset her or be rude or seem ungrateful.
I don't think you could avoid all of those things because none of those things are in the space. You're not ungrateful. You're not rude. You're just telling her, when someone told you, you didn't mind. When someone told me, I didn't mind.
I laughed my head off.
There
Because I
you
couldn't
go.
believe the chutzpah. of
Yeah,
it.
there you go.
Yeah.
And same. But she was my aunt, is my aunt.
Okay, so we're just going to say to this listener, say it.
Say it. Don't be scared of it. And you're actually doing her a favour because she is actually going to go through life making this crappy tea. That's not good.
So like, see it, say it, sorted.
Well, we sorted that. They don't need to see a professional for that, do they?
No. They don't need to see a qualified expert.
A
for
qualified
tea advice.
expert,
For
that's
tea
the one.
advice. No, I think it's
Well,
okay.
unless she gets really upset.
Or poisoned. If you do, that's not our fault. I'm just saying.
Because we're not qualified
I'm just
experts.
putting that out there.
We're just two middle-aged women with a lot of opinions.
Yeah, if there's arsenic, bromide or strychnine put into your tea, that's not on us, that's on you, babes. Sorry.